Oh God, what a week. Turn that off. Then we can begin. Oh, 3 people already. Maybe I can get 3 likes on this. I don't think so though. I'm too familiar with the YouTube carnival. So a lot of people say you're so pessimistic. I'm like, no, not really. I just know how this website works and a lot of the goofy stuff that happens on here. Um, I gotta say, I haven't been this, what's a good word, despondent, disillusioned with views in a long time. I'm specifically referring to the views that were on some of my stuff this week that I put up. So I had one video, one from yesterday gets 6 views. The one from the day before that did okay, it got 24. The one before that, so was that the Collins one? That's it's, 19. So it wasn't that great of a week in terms of just stuff getting attention. Uh, in the future, I'll try to not be as open about, I guess, my disillusion with the views on this site because there are people who I realize don't actually listen to what I'm saying. They just kind of have this Pavlovian response where they turn off all logic and reasoning. This was why during the stream about 2 weeks ago, I had a person who said, "You need to get a better camera and then the views will increase." And then what I thought was funny was I admitted that the camera on my computer, which is what I'm currently using, is not as good as the one on my phone. Sounds better. It's objectively a better camera. And I'll use that one to record stuff that I put up during the week, and it gets less views than any of the streams, which have the supposedly worst camera and audio. Like I said, people don't even care. They just say random stuff. They're like, whatever. I'll just say this. Let me just come up with something, type of thing, so I can get my comment read. Yeah, I'm probably going to cancel tomorrow's stream for a Dragon Ball upload on a topic I'm trying to. It's going to be an experimental video uh, where I basically just kind of talk about one of the relationships in the show that was really significant at the start of it and then kind of fizzles out as time goes on. And why it is really a shame that it turned out that way because it basically meant that both of the characters had a lot less to work with as the series progressed. So that should be up somewhere between this morning and tomorrow afternoon or evening. I haven't seen Marco in such a long time. I was so worried. We were gonna start going Marco Polo. Yeah, Ruben hasn't been doing his usual Twitter game. Ruben, the Chi Chi video is coming. I'm just trying to get the whole script together. Like I said, I try to, with each of the Dragon Ball videos, write out a script and then read it to myself. And then if it sounds good, I'll put it up. But I ideally would like for some special images, like what I did with the Baby Gohan video, where I drew about 2 or 3 different pictures. I want to do that for the Chi Chi one too. So again, give me about a week or two, and I should be able to finish it. But I do appreciate the compliment because usually I don't have anything to. I told you ever since they did their little throw stuff all over the place thing, it's hard to really put things in I guess a consistent place because things are constantly being moved around like it's musical furniture. Yeah, it's been a really just. I mean, I guess on the Here comes the person that likes to control people. He's decided to rear his head again. I can't wait for him to tell me what I should be doing on my own channel. What a terrific thing that is. I have to give Slum Digger credit. He told you right last week where he said that all you had to do was apologize for coming over here and trying to control something, and you refused. He said that's all you have to do is just say sorry, and you're like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna keep on spamming crap in the comment section. It was too difficult. I guess it requires a level of thinking and consideration that you just want to like not be able to demonstrate. Ruben says Ames helped the NYT, just labor movement, and now he is suddenly a principled anti-imperialist and says that Russiagate is an example of all Americans being evil racists despite only establishment. If it was just a passing comment, you wouldn't have written multiple comments back to back. I mean, if you come to a stream with somebody's name and then you say, you're really going to talk about this person, talk about this thing you spoke about yesterday, you are trying to control that person. Ruben says liberals making a big deal about Russiagate and regular Americans not being swayed by it. I thought Russiagate was over. Like all of its major players, Shift and the rest of the clowns, they've been out of business for a while. Bust labor movements, I mean. I don't know what the stars are for, but whatever. Or are you worried I'll read the comment and I'll get demonetized over reading it? Because I do share that concern. I'm very worried about that stuff. Oh, you're screwing my controls. Not even looking over there. Nader got primaried. Yeah, I'm kind of amazed that somebody would see my discontent with them and they would say, "Oh no, this wasn't as bad as you think it was. You're just confused." Stars means that fixed the spelling error. I meant to write that Ames was helping NYT bust labor movements. Well, they already seem like they're kind of busted from the inside. You saw the AFCLU leader, I can't pronounce that group's name, the AFL-CIO leader basically say that Hillary was good for labor. So you already know that they're basically just led by establishment tools. Latest news is COVID cases are rising in numbers because testing has increased, shocking, although daily death rate has declined. Yeah, we've had a massive spike over here. I still think it probably more so has to do with these people having all these protests and not social distancing during them, but whatever. We're just going to keep on letting people get sick and infected. Ruben, one of my other mods actually banned Black Pill. I think it was like back in January. And I specifically went through the block list to find his account to unban it. But if you ever feel tempted to get rid of him, you won't see any disappointment on my part. Just saying. I might even smile. Yeah, New Jersey's really been decreasing in number of cases. They've basically bottomed out. And New York's staying in the same place. The way that Mueller spoke the same verdict about the Russiagate conclusion allowed anyone to interpret the results any way they like. That's why Cenk keeps talking like Trump will finally go to jail soon. Well, Cenk's predictions have been kind of goofy ever since Trump's first year and I can go look for his channel through his channel. I'd have to go do a little bit of digging. I can find you videos where he said Trump would only last 15 months, maybe only 6 months. In August of 2017, he said that Trump would be out. He did a video called "Trump Will Resign Disgrace Soon," and he was predicting that it could be in a few months or a few weeks. So he's just been predicting things that keep going or just wrong over and over and over again. Remember the Loser Donald series? Where he was supposed to be showing us all these times that Trump had lost prior to the 2016 election. Then after he found out Trump won, his last video was him saying, oops. So that's kind of his thing. He just peddles stuff and then sits around and doesn't want to really have any kind of self-reflection when it turns out to not be the case. What are your thoughts on the removing of statues? I personally don't see where the statues are hurting anyone, but if they're going to be removed, the people who live in that area need to vote for them to be removed. So if you have a statue of whoever the hell in Washington, D.C., if the people of D.C. vote for it to get yanked, I'm fine with it. But as far as somebody just randomly going up and cracking it, no. What did he who must not be named on this live chat do anyway? About a week and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, definitely not 2 weeks yet, I was doing a stream on Candace Owens, and he came in there and said, are you really taking her seriously? Do another Dragon Ball video. And I'm like, I just did one yesterday. Do another one. And like, you came to a stream with this lady's name, and then you act shocked that she's getting discussed. So it was an attempt to control me. It didn't work. I'd rather he just leave because he won't say sorry. He won't say, yeah, maybe that wasn't a good idea if that bothered that person I supposedly like the content of so much. No self-reflection whatsoever. And he got banned by another mod back in January because he said something crazy on the video. So this is just part of his profile. Music Fiend finally reappeared. He's been working on the Biden campaign. He's been going around telling people the very accurate comment that if you don't vote for Biden, you're suddenly no longer an African American. Oh, for those couple of Groper uploads, like the videos where it starts off with me saying this week on a couple of Gropers, I want to have it end with me saying, and remember, if you don't vote for Biden, and then you hear Biden say, then you ain't black, like he finishes the line for me. I'm gonna probably start editing it to do that. I just thought that would be fun because I had a person on, what was that? Someone I called who I did that with, where I played the clip right after I said, if you don't vote for Biden, and then had that clip of him finish it out. And the crew. I don't know what the crew is. This has been a really just weird week in terms of, I guess, YouTube for me anyway. Like it started like Monday, we had the con man stream. Sunday, we had the guy asked if I had ever been screwed before out of nowhere. Tuesday to Thursday, we had the videos get bottomed out views, except for maybe the one from yesterday. Ugh. What a strange couple of days. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. I actually like the stream from Monday. I just don't like that a lot of the claims keep being made. If you were just gonna better camera, the views would increase. And then you use a better camera on the uploads and you get less views. Like that's how you know people don't even care. Oh, I also forgot. No, I'll mention this later. The Democrats are only sticking to Biden of obligation. If it was up to the Democrats and establishment liberals, they would have Kamala Harris be the nominee instead. I probably would prefer that. Like I said, that out of all the Democrats that ran, it was like what 22. Only two of them had sexual assault allegations, and they picked one of the two that had sexual assault allegations. That should tell you something. The Me Too era, and then you pick one of the few people that actually is accused by women of touching them. So it was just them being goofy. I don't know. The voters in general have kind of been turning me off for a while because it seems like every time you think they're going to vote a way you like, they just do the opposite. Like we had the race in Kentucky with McGarth and Booker, not Corey, but the other one. Anyways, we had that race in Kentucky, and all the progressives were going Booker, 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 and then he got clobbered just barely, and then we're right back to playing the same old game. Well, I guess McConnell maybe could lose, but I'm not going to support McGarth, which I don't blame them for. But it's that same thing of you get all excited during the primary, and then you get some piece of trash during the general, and then you got to pretend that you like this person because you hate the other person more. Because apparently it's a sin to have preferences. Let's see what else happened this week. I think that was pretty much it. I guess just in terms of news, Texas turned into the third deadliest, not deadliest, but third most infected state. But that's about it. It's been a pretty slow week. That's why I said politics for the last 3 to 4 months has been kind of excessively bland because it's just all virus stuff all day long, every week. If it's not the virus, it's the protest. That's why I've been doing the Dragon Ball stuff more recently because it's like there's an unlimited. It's kind of funny with the Dragon Ball stuff. There's an unlimited amount of stuff to talk about with that series, and then with politics, it's just virus, virus, virus. Today with the virus. Yesterday with the virus. Next week with the virus. I just read that Trump supposedly has a plan to stay in the White House if he loses election. Well, have fun with that. I don't think it's going to work out for him. There was some stupid article that came out this week saying that he was thinking of dropping out of the race. It's like, why the hell would he drop out right before the convention? Months after this started. Mark Ames' equally trash friend Yasha Levine just exposed Shahid Buttar of being another establishment liberal. Now watch the Dem exit lefties turn against Butter. Yeah, they don't stick with anybody for any period of time. You saw what they did to Collins. Thank you so much, Senator, for voting against Trump's education secretary and saving our precious Obamacare. Oh, you voted for his second Supreme Court nominee, and you voted for all of them? So it's not surprising when you know the history of Democrats that they turn on people very quickly. They switch on you in a heartbeat. Does it involve a certain foreign nation that has way too much influence over the U.S.? Oh, which foreign nation would that be? The one with the prime minister going to jail, or the pseudo dictatorship with the prince? the prime minister leading the country that rhymes with uh no, I'm not I can't even think of a word that rhymes with Israel. I was trying to do something clever and it didn't work. There's plenty of topics to talk on, so many what ifs. Well, I try to stay away from what ifs. I just kind of give an opinion of what I would have liked to have seen versus what we actually got. What's up, everyone? Hey, I saw something interesting, not to derail things, but Candace Owens was raising a stink on Twitter due to some past racial comments from a conservative. Thought that was ironic. She is basically trying to get him canceled, which is what they claim the Democrats try to do. Yeah, I can discuss that maybe on Monday, possibly tomorrow. But I'm not planning on uploading anything. Not doing a stream tomorrow is what I tried to say. But you did get mentioned earlier, Slum Digger, when a certain person you told to apologize declined apologizing. I mean, the left, the ones that call both Republicans and the Democrats fascists, but still participate and even expand their stupid culture war garbage. They just seem like a bunch of rebels without a cause. They hate everybody. Like, even when you do things that are in favor of what they want, they still don't like you. Like, so much so that I've actually seen progressive commentators, like if they give a a politician that's not considered part of the in club, like Bernie or the Squad or Roe or any of them, if they give someone like that credit, they have to always preface it by saying, I'm not saying that I like her, but I'm glad she's doing this. Because they don't want their audience, because you know what, they saw what was done to TYT over Warren. So they don't want their audience to think that they're trying to like make certain politicians look better by giving them credit for stuff they're actually doing or that they like. It's just people cowering to their audience. What do you think of never Trump neocon Republican Rick Wilson's blatantly obvious astroturfs? Man, that's a little bit of that sentence got me a little mixed up. Let me go look it up. Mm. I'm on the website right now. I don't know what the hell this is. The Lincoln Project is holding accountable those who would violate their oaths to the Constitution and would put others before Americans. But what does that mean? Oh, help us defeat Trump and Trump. Man, what do I think of the Lincoln Project? Not much. It's just another anti-Trump group. Isn't that what Planned Parenthood and the rest of those teams are for? Mm. There's a whole bunch of anti-Trump teams. Has taken over almost the entirety of the Biden 2020 presidential campaign. Well, isn't the Biden 2000 presidential campaign basically the candidate hides in his room and a bunch of other people come out and give speeches and remarks on his behalf? Isn't that the Biden 2020 campaign in a nutshell? The candidate runs for the hills, other people come out and speak for him. The UK is basically British American. That's a foreign influence right there. And these presidents and senators from all the governments meet and speak. I didn't even know that Britain had senators. I'm shocked. Lincoln Project is really hampering down that CIA report of Russia putting a bounty for American soldiers in oh, I remember that in Afghanistan, that Anna Kasparian has to put her foot down for once. Yeah, at last, huh, Ruben? She's finally putting her foot down. This is her most assertive role ever. Oh, I just noticed something really strange. The second I leaned back, the number dropped. So somebody wanted, like, was basically trying to signal they want me to be up close and personal. Like, please get closer to the camera, please. Like, right as I leaned back, it went from 10 to 9 or 11 to 9. It's like, damn, I'm sorry. You know, I just got reminded, Ruben, I never made the I was gonna ask you, are you okay with the anti-TYT stuff? Where it's basically if Jank or Anna says something dumb, I do a video on. Because it's not meant to insult them, it's just me countering the points that they make. Like Jank just last week was like, Warren is the second most progressive senator. And I'm still asking, what is that based off of, voting record or just, flapping their gums? Like I'm very confused as to what is so damn progressive about her. It was very progressive of her to claim that the supposedly most progressive senator was a sexist. That was really progressive. That was totally not cowardly and lizard-like. I don't mind anti-TYT. I don't really like them anymore and haven't for a while, but I knew that you do, and I'm not unhinged, and them neither. Well, I do still think that Jank is more likely to be reasonable than Anna is. I just, because of this election, he's doing like the same stuff that's why I didn't speak out before. Oh, come on, you've seen me do multiple anti-Jank videos. I think the only pro-Jank video I ever did was the one where I guess he announced his congressional campaign. Outside of that, I've never, done one where I was like, oh, he's so smart. So that's kind of a thing. I'm just like, yeah, they're really lowering themselves. See, the number went down again. It went from 10 to 9. Oh, you know what? Imagine if when I lean back, I press like a secret button that just makes somebody's computer die each time. Happened to the rest of the chat. It's just Ruben. I wasn't bothered when Cenk made that admittedly stupid comment about red states because most of the establishment liberals calling out Cenk over and have already made similar statements before and never got pushed back. Yeah, they do like to go after progressives for saying stuff that they themselves have said. So I get that point, but my thing is, I have never made a statement like that. So I took distaste with it. So that was my point. It's not about me, I guess, thinking that he's saying some brand new horrible stuff that we've never seen before. It's just, I'm not going to support positions that punish people for living in certain places. I think I need to do another Yemen video. We haven't had one of those in a while. I remember I was doing one of those like every couple of days or one a week, and now it's just, that's because the virus over here has just been so captivating. That's kind of, I don't want to say distracted me from other regions, but it definitely is serving to really take away my interest from looking at the usual places I guess mention repeatedly, like Israel or Yemen or I don't think I ever mentioned the UK, but you get the point that it's just because the virus over here has been so horrific, it's been much harder to focus on those other places. I hope that the pro cancel culture lefties are aware that Tupac's sex assault charges are going to get brought up again eventually. I mean, that's kind of just, you know, what I think is so funny is that a lot of the people that, what's a good way to put it? I know chicks, for example, who are like, I can't watch the Cosby Show anymore because of the allegations against Bill. And I'm like, you listen to rappers who have convictions relating to the exact same thing or charges relating to the exact same issue. See, I don't play that crap. I don't try to, now suddenly go, well, all the stuff this person made before, I'm gonna disengage with it because somebody said they did this or they got convicted of that. But you see a lot of people doing that with Benoit, where you have people who won't be able who can't watch his old matches. I just don't see it as a productive thing to do in terms of, because again, like, who determines if something is worth seeing? Like, it's just, I think it's stupid. I believe Tupac was innocent, but unfortunately, I'm a chud who doesn't hashtag believe all women, so my word means nothing here. Yeah, I don't buy it. Let's see, the Five Eyes, that's one, and something else a bit deeper. Remember, being president is a job, a title, they get paid checks, so someone is above them. Did you hear about the Russian, what is this? About how Russia allegedly offered Islamic military bounties to kill American troops in Afghanistan? Yes, it's been in the news for what, about a week now? And we're gonna add Slum Digger to fighters. We're gonna have him in his regular, in his base form. Then we're gonna have him in his SSJ form, and then his Rose form, and his God form. And then we're gonna say that that's a good roster. We got 4 or 5 versions of the same person because his homies took advantage of a girl. Yeah, he was the most famous one, so he got singled out. Hey, make me a DLC. Well, they got 3 more slots for season 3, so you never know. Somebody even made a tier list. I'm just sitting there like, why can't they just put out the people who are going to be playable and then you decide if you want to pick it up? Why do we need to make like a whole video? Like, and it's not even just a thing of speculating on who the next character is going to be. This guy had like a list of 100+ characters, and just like, why? For what purpose? When you know that most of the people on that list aren't going to even be in the game, have no chance. Like, even if they do a season 4, which it will be like what, 5, 6, 7 more people, you still know that the ones that are beyond the B tier for your list of who's going to end up in the game have no chance of showing up. So people make all kind of videos. I don't get the appeal of. Yes, be careful about news media videos, especially on Facebook. I don't use Facebook. Really, anyone can put up a bunch of images and videos and put words underneath it. What do I think about 21? What about her? And Ruben says, I don't know the second one. Uh, Granzil says, let's get Garlic Jr. for fighters. Something random or Master Roshi. Well, Roshi wouldn't be random. He made a big return in the Tournament of Power. So if they were going to put anybody on the good side in there, I would think he'd be one of the top people that they would select. It's really crazy. They like the second to last arc of the original series before Z basically just said Roshi is done fighting. He's no longer going to try to be someone of any significance when it comes to fighting. He'll offer advice, but that's it. And then they just made him a fighter again with Resurrection F. He made a comeback. I just found out that Android 21 existed. I'm late. I don't know how you like. Everybody's been playing fighters, and that's one of the best characters in the game. I don't really know how you just found it out. Five Eyes Network is a spy network featuring the UK and former British colonies USA, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. I think I've heard of them before, so I'll try to check into that. I'd love to see me and another YouTuber start a talk show and just rant about politics like the Joe Rogan podcast show. But how would it be the Justin show if somebody else is on there? Yeah, a lot of fans have kind of a acid reflex whenever you bring up the Garlic Jr. saga. Personally, I thought it was really interesting. It was the first time we really got to see the whole cast infected by a villain. And it did something different by letting characters that aren't Goku save the day and work as a team instead of one person is stronger and they fire a ki blast and then the day is saved. But again, I don't know what a good story is, so let me. Also, it doesn't drag on forever. It's only 10 episodes. Wish I could say the same for the Tournament of Power, where you spend 30 episodes that are supposed to take place over the course of 40 minutes. It's like, what? Spy is such a nasty word. The powers that be prefer and the term information consultorium, they are only protecting us. Yeah, that sounds like some Big Brother indoctrination gibberish. We're just protecting you by spying on you and looking at all of your information. Nothing to be alarmed about. I'm very alarmed. Oh, here we go. Hey, Ruben. We have another one for the ban list. Wait, Ruben, were you here for the? I have to go look. I don't think you were here for the stream on Sunday. Hey, Slumdigger, you remember what question I was asked by the person who just arrived? I'm glad to see you're doing well. I remember the early days of your channel was about your romantic pursuits. No, they weren't. I didn't even start doing romance stuff until, what was that, 2017? But before that, I did political stuff. So that's like the halfway point. Yeah, spying is nasty word. We're just collecting data is much better. Oh, Ruben, he asked me about my penis. Look, I'm gonna explain what happened. Somebody told Marky that if he just goes around asking random people if they have had sex, a woman will spawn from out of my couch or from out of the sky and want to bang him and do all the little sexual stuff that he's been feeling the need to have done to him. So he's embarked on a quest of going to streams and asking people if they've had sex ever since. It's quite a riveting origin story. Man, yeah, Slum Digger, when I saw that comment, I was like, really? Again? I can't wait to see ascend in society and get married. I'm going to ascend. I'm going to just gain wings and fly high. Did you pump and dump? I must have. I just don't understand why another man would be into that. Like I'm just imagining you go on YouTube. I wonder if this person has had sex before. Well, he's not. I don't really know what he is because he was talking fairly normal until he asked that really out of nowhere, invasive, creepy question. So if he starts saying like asking anybody about their penises here, yeah, but if he doesn't, leave him alone. Or if he insults anybody. Nah, Ruben, we got all these strange characters on here. Yeah, where's I guess I'll have to make somebody else in my record should be clean. Now, I remember that mean comment you wrote, Slum Digger, on that second California excrement employers video. Maybe you possibly don't have the qualifications needed for this position. I was like, really? To flip a burger? I have to go finish college? Seriously? What? Lighten up a little. Like, what? No, I saw you on there, Slum Digger. I was like, I just did the whole point of showing the actual positions is so I can basically say I understand that there are certain things you need for certain positions, but these are not positions that require you to have anything other than, I guess, the bare minimum requirements. Like if you go on a lot of these websites, they have nebulous stuff on there. Make sure you smile and are in a good mood, and just stuff like that are what they list as their qualifications. But when there are different ones that say we want you to have 2 years of this, I just don't do it. I don't fill those out because I'm not going to waste people's time pretending I'm something I'm not. I got in this channel for the politics, but man, the reactions to the romance stuff is hilarious. Well, Music Fiend, it is like being in the Twilight Zone because people write a lot of goofy stuff, and part of you thinks they're trolling, but the other part of you recognizes when you see people do it in real life that they actually have these views where they don't want to accept reality or logic. Like I've shown people screenshots of this stuff, and they still repeat the same talking points. So that's why I usually just upload something and then jump off because there's too much lack of critical thinking going on. I remember when I did that one viral romance video with 200,000 views, I had at least 4 different men come on there saying I was ugly. And the entire time I'm just doing this, I'm like, you're not supposed to find me attractive. You're apparently a straight man. Like, what the hell? But we all know that if you personally don't find someone attractive, that means nobody finds them attractive. So that when I took it with that mindset, their comments made much more sense because if they don't think something is something, then it's just not that. There's no such thing as people having different views on what they consider appealing, and Some Digger says, at this point, I would like to direct all questions regarding past comments to my lawyer. Yeah, I was going to do a fourth excrement. Would it be the 5th one? Whatever the next one is, I was going to do another one of those because I applied to, I think, 23 or 24 last month. Did a good job addressing that in your out of your league video. Well, that's why I said a lot with most of the stuff from this point forward that I actually take the time to edit. I'll just try to write out the script because it's a lot easier to break down points when you just type it all out and think about it. I forgot to mention that the Lincoln Project's campaign to recruit Dick Cheney into the man. Hey, Ruben, they're gonna have Cheney up there. I am so upset that President Trump has kept us in all 7 wars since Obama left office. And then they ask him, well, how many wars would you have liked us to be in? Oh, all of them. Well, then what are you upset about? Well, he hasn't started any new ones. Imagine they have Cheney and Bolton give like a press conference where they're both just like, I'm so appalled there have been no new wars. Where's the billions of dollars wasted on these conflicts? I can't wait to see it. A lot of people are proper simps as well. Um, yeah, they do love to pretend. I mean, Music Fiend. I was gonna talk about this in some other video, but I was in a Discord server where some of the members caught wind of my views on the chick stuff, and they actually said, after hearing about how I had spoken to bras for months and had them say stuff like, "Oh, you understand me," and blah 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 blah, that I was selfish. That by choosing to not talk to chicks who do not have an interest in doing what I want to do, I was selfish, and that this was the reason why I was not with anyone. Because if you just hold out another year or another decade, this magic broad is going to jump out of the sky. Dick and Liz already did at least 2 fundraisers for Trump. It's so crazy how Liz is literally just her dad with, like, she's her dad with his name. If you catch that's a double entendre. If you get the drift, like, she's her dad without his first name. Like, the way she votes and talks about stuff is literally like they ripped her father out of the when was he in the house, in the 70s, the 80s? They just ripped him out of there and stuck him in the 21st century and changed his gender. No more war. They're putting the money into SpaceX. Wait, so we can space wars. Well, yeah, that's the thing. They say they have no more money and we need to cut the social programs, but they don't need to cut these 7 conflicts that go on year after year. How do you explain that? That's a weird little anomaly. Or rather, it's just plain hypocrisy. We have no way of stopping these 7 wars from going on because we got to make sure these conflicts are ended. But at the same time, we need to cut our budget. Let's go and mess with the domestic programs that people are actually benefiting from. Delphine overshadows every other annoying chick on Twitch. Man, Ruben, I don't use Twitch. I know that was the bathwater woman, but I don't. I'm not assisting any of those people in getting their funds for acting dumb. I'm just imagining what like being a content creator would be like if I was abroad. I'd be rolling in so many coins. like if I did scripted videos that are written the same way I do now, and then I was like showing my tits. Oh man, it'll be a new day. Because I told you about that one broad who she has a whole channel where she plays like these different video games and she reads the cutscenes in this sexual voice, and everybody's in the comment section going, "Oh my God, your voice is so great!" Ooh. But then we don't even know what she looks like. So while she's going, "Oh, they said this at the end of," for all we know, she could be hideous or massive. So I said chicks they get so many little passes to, oh my God, like they're getting that turned on by a broad they can't even see. You know what that is? That's like if remember those Fantastic Four movies? If Invisible Woman turns invisible and then somebody pauses while she's invisible and they just start whacking off. Well, you can't even see her when you turned on by. Let's see, you joke, but there really is a sudden shift to outer space research, and Trump's Space Force, along with Elon Musk antics, are attached to it. I mean, I would like to see more people go on the moon and like try to get water on Mars, but outside of that, you can pretty much take the rest of your space. Like, it's people's lives on Earth are already so bad. Why even bother with the rest of it? Oh, Slum Digger said space racism, space cancel culture, space force, space ladies lacking logic. Oh, they're gonna have a space triple L. Ah, yes, the Twitch girl who randomly does yoga and bends over in front of the camera during mid-game session. Yeah, she's like, I just accidentally showed my behind to everybody. Whoops. And then she shows it to you. She finds just some random reason to show off all her parts. It's just all coincidental. I just can conveniently put my behind in front of the camera. Let's see what else is here. I'm trying to think of what else I'll do this week. So I'm gonna try to put up a DB video this week, and then I guess that's it in terms of edited stuff. But I take comfort in the fact that Elon wants to spread out to Mars and other planets. Some signs have warned us about another catastrophic event. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That eventually, I've been, I guess, warned that the Earth will, be in some catatonic state. So theoretically, having another planet where you can evacuate people to would not be a bad idea. That's what I'm saying. If they want to actually do something as forward thinking as that, I don't have a problem. But if you're not going to and you're just playing games in space, what the hell's the point? Gaming is very physically taxing activity, man. It's important that you get up and bend over every now and then. Also, you need to wear breathable clothes that show your assets. Yeah, some of the stuff they put on during these streams are really well, I guess maybe I should shut up because I have people crying about my attire as well. Hey, Slum Digger, when you're a man on YT, you get criticized over everything: your voice, um, how you look, what you have on. I'm like, damn, this isn't the fashion show. And it's always dudes. You never see chicks doing that. At least I didn't. I gotta look so attractive to other men. That's my lifelong goal. I don't know why they can't just, if I'm so hideous, they can just play it and then go to click another tab and do something else. I don't have any faith that the officials of this world have any real interest in investing in space with the intention of helping others. Oh yeah, I don't buy it either. A Phobos asteroid, yeah. Some people are judgmental to an extreme extent. It goes back to the fear of not being normal. Now, Slum Digger, what it is that they don't want to accept the person is making any points with validity to them, so they try to look for any possible thing they can use to diminish that person's point. So if you're a person online who's never met me and you want to defend chicks to your dying breath, you got to mention someone's appearance because you don't know anything else about me. I feel that I only put him on timeout. I mean, hey, it happens. Mm. People, even when people don't get angry, they still leave. It is what it is. It's like, dear YouTube, I was timed out for mentioning a male genitalia on a stream that was not about male genitalia. Wait. That's going to be the essay. Mm. I probably wouldn't have timed him out because like I said, my thing is, usually I don't get fed up to that point unless I get directly insulted. But I mean, hey, it's not like he got banned. It's just a timeout. So it is what it is. Hey, that's gonna be him and that other person, Ruben, that we're not mentioning the name of. They do like one really ridiculous thing on the stream, and then it just follows them to each stream. Now think about it, that was really within a week of each other. It was a Monday where I got like what's his name sticking out the puppet hands, and then it was Saturday. No, not Saturday. It was Sunday when Marky, said asked the thing about the private area. It's like, wow, people just going, they're losing their minds during this quarantine. They're just popping off at the mouth, saying whatever. But yes, space exploration would surely be for the benefit of the powers that be, like everything else is. There would definitely be ghettos on Mars. This one guy said that if they ever made planes cost like 1,000 or some amount that's similar to a car, instead of drive-bys, we'd have flybys where somebody gets in a jet, just fires down with like the littlest gun. Oh my god, I shouldn't laugh because that's not that would obviously result in people getting hurt, but it's just the idea that their planes are just eventually not going to cost that much. They're going to be like the what was it, the sex dolls, where they just decrease in price as time goes on. Pretty much every fictional book tackles human planetary expansions, reaches the same conclusion, that tackles human planetary expansions. I remember this one guy got prank called, and they asked him where are you from, and he said Tatooine. I just thought that was funny. That's one of the most famous what do you call it, fictional planets ever. This man back from the dead like Goku. I mean, I didn't ban you. If I did, you wouldn't be able to speak. And they told you who timed you out. It wasn't me. So you can put that to bed now. You can not indicate that I did something to you. And nobody's doing anything on these websites. That's my favorite thing. You log on and you're like, oh, I wonder if anyone said anything. Nope. Check your email. You go all over the place. How was my day? I'm glad I got to write out most of that script because I've been trying to do that for pretty much this whole week. So I'd say it's all right. I would have liked to have done some more stuff for the show, but it is what it is. This thing here. Yeah, there's this one Wikipedia, Twitter account where basically it tracks all the different edits to members of the Senate's pages by various users. And I always go on and I'm like, oh, what did they mess up today? Man, the people on that side are never satisfied. They always gotta screw with something. They're like, where? That? I can see why some men would be angry working on the same platform that's for gaming. And, well, women can do the same, but extra sex keeps the world going. Let's see, haha, there's one that does something similar for cops, tracks edits that cops make to improve their image. Oh, I've never seen that one. Sounds really interesting. No, my favorite thing is just if you look at their edits, they're just like changing this sentence, deleting this. They just always have a problem with something. Like this whole group of people just they always have an issue with something. So I'm glad I stopped it. I'm considering sending that video I did, the Why I Hate Wikipedia one, to the site's founder. I'm just gonna say, you know what? I'm not even gonna write any big novel. I'm just gonna send this to you, and that's it. Well, I'm gonna ask, do you want me to send you this? And if he says yes, I'll send it to him. Because he had a thing on his page where he's like, there are people who come to my page and they try to get me involved in various drama that's occurring on here. And, you know, they think by me taking their side, that means they've won the battle. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not trying to get anything changed. I'm just trying to show you critiques that are, what's a good word for it? Legitimate, based off of what is and isn't allowed on the site. Let's see. Ruben said Wikipedia took down Kamala Harris's Attorney General record, which keeps confirming that you, Kyle Kulinski, and several others have said about establishment liberals keep really pushing Kamala Harris to the public. Well, remember what they did with Biden, where he got into controversy over the "you ain't black" thing, over mistaking his wife for his sister, all this crap that either shows he's acting weird or, you know, being, you know, what could be considered racist, whatever, and they just won't put it on his page because they're trying to play interference for him. They know, like, someone actually proposed on his talk page, can we put this on here? And they said no, and they said we might be willing to put it on his campaign page. They know that by doing that, less people are going to see it, so then the information is not going to be as readily available. Also, trend riding like what Democrats did with George Floyd. I also saw the video of the Brooklyn cops that shoved an elderly man and he cracked his head on the pavement. Jesus Christ. Slumdigger says information tampering and disinformation campaigns are the politics of the present and the future. Pretty much. That's why that guy said that Rachel Maddow is the new Alex Jones. Because of the Russia thing. I remember when I was younger, I used to want Fox and all the other places to put up all of the different like editions of their shows. Like you get the whole show online. You know, basically like make an archive of their own stuff. I changed my mind. I said, you know what? Let them just let that stuff disappear. The Kamala Harris and Joe Biden exchange from the first presidential primary debate was meant to be Kamala's ascending moment. It was until Tulsi smacked her down. She was rising and rising, and then just like the whole month of July was just her getting, and then she just fell back down after Gabbard brought up her record. And then you saw the exchange they had at the what was it, the fourth or the fifth debate, where Harris criticized Gabbard for criticizing Obama. It's like, we need a president, a nominee who unites the party. It's like that's stupid, because that's basically you saying, since you're part of this team, shut up about any and all problems we have with the person who's currently, you know, in the White House. That's really dumb. That was a stupid thing she said. That's why I don't like being on anybody's team, because they try to expect you to keep your mouth shut and pretend like the group doesn't have issues. So, I mean, you can look at it from the even the romance stuff. When I had people ask me, am I part of one of the different groups that's known for this? I said no. That's why I don't put their names as a hashtag or anything. Better show up to the election polls in November. Yeah. I'll get right to do that. I'll be on my way. No, they like to play games. They like to pretend that there are no justifiable critiques of these candidates, or that if you do, you automatically are a supporter of the other team. I told you when I criticized Clinton during the last election, all that stuff is still on here. I got told that I was a secret Trump person, some closet conservative, all this crap. But then if I did an anti-Trump video, I had his supporters calling me an idiot and, you're just another person brainwashed by the Democrats, just stupid stuff. So I don't really see a point in trying to pretend to be either side's friend. All seriousness though, which is worse, Trump or Biden? Trump, but I'm still not going to vote for Biden. Yes, make sure you register and also become an organ donor. Yeah. Give Biden an organ so he can last 10 more days in office. Oh, Ruben, out of that list of Democrats, I was going to ask you this. So it was Harris, Deming, whatever that lady's name is, Bottoms, which is the mayor from Atlanta, and Warren. Out of the four of them, which one would you prefer Biden to pick as his VP? I want to know. I'm very curious. I don't know if you saw the HBO Watchmen TV show about the guy in charge of that show. Is Damon Lindelof, who was in the Kamala Harris campaign. And the main character of that show was essentially a Kamala character XP. Oh, it's a character that basically is Harris without being called Harris. I didn't see it, but I'm willing to check it out. So I'll leave all these networks alone. HBO, CNN. I avoid them like the plague. Oh, it's Bader. He showed up at the last minute. He finally arrived. He appeared at last. Yeah, Ruben, you don't know Bader that much. He's a big Dragon Ball fan. His favorite character is Moro. His favorite chapter of the manga is 61. Oh my God. Why don't you use Facebook or Instagram? I don't use Facebook because it's just like I just find it boring, and then Instagram is just a site of people taking nasty pictures of themselves and trying to get screwed by leaving horny messages on Broad's pages. To hell with both of those websites. I'll give Instagram credit. At least it's not dying like Twitter is. If you didn't see my video, Joe, but I did a video last year about Twitter. It's getting used more by people who are already on it. Instagram is the fastest growing of any of these social media sites. So that's very impressive. Because I would never think that a stupid site where you put up pictures and try to get people to fantasize about screwing you would be the next the new rising star of internet interactions. Yeah, didn't the last CEO lose over $1 billion? Some several $100 billion. Well, Joe, during the 2016 election, it was the same thing. They had whole groups, screw Hillary, to hell with Trump. And I didn't care. I remember I was in this one Facebook group. It was after the DNC, so after the Democratic National Convention of that year, and somebody had a Hillary campaign logo as their avatar, and this group had nothing to do with either of those two. It was just about some politician, right? So then, while these two people are arguing, one of them's like, I can't wait until November when you have to take down that picture, that embarrassing image. Right after the election, I went back on there and the guy changed his picture. Like he was actually embarrassed. Oh my God. I can't wait until November when you have to change that picture. Barbara Lee is the most recent name getting touted as Joe Biden's potential VP. I think that the main opposition to this is from the Never Trump neocon Republicans who also objected to Elizabeth Warren to be the presidential candidate. You know what, Ruben? Because Lee keeps getting mentioned, I think it's just about time we do a documentary on her. What do you say? Let me know if you would support this. Because I do want to learn more about her record. The only thing I remember is the Iraq vote. Or was it Afghanistan? Yeah, the 2001 vote. The one vote that everybody likes to bring up over and over. You still can't kill a monolith. There are no viable competitors. Yeah, YouTube is just like Wikipedia. They don't have some other site that's really challenging them. Like you've got, BitChute and Vimeo and but those sites are only used by people when they get sick of here. Yeah, I got it mixed up, Ruben. I'm sorry. I forgot that we've been in these two wars for so long. I forgot there's a 2-year gap between when they started. 2001 for Afghanistan, 2003 for Iraq. Both of them started before I entered kindergarten, and they're still going on. YouTube is not really dying. What other site can people upload and watch videos? Well, look, a site can die without having a competitor. Like people can just stop using it. Like Facebook doesn't really have a competitor in terms of just, a site that is like it or MySpace, but it is losing the number of people on there. Oh, Slum Digger, if I did upload political stuff on Pornhub, I would call it, I don't know, President Screws US or something. Political party bangs our healthcare. I'd have all kind of sexual titles. And there's me sitting here. Never make a TikTok account. Wild West over there. Yeah, I don't intend on doing anything on that site. I don't want to go on there. I don't want to go on OnlyFans. I don't want to go on Twitch. Like, leave all of them alone. Nah, Trump bends over the DNC or something. That'll be a good name for that. That's part of the reason Alex Jones' channel was removed from YouTube. They claimed it was defamation and fake news, false news. Well, I don't like any of his content. I don't watch him with any regularity outside of when he gets in the news, but I openly stated he should not have been thrown off of this site. What that was YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and the rest of these sites going, we don't want this person on here, and then they got rid of him. And I thought that was wrong. So I've been very consistent with, I guess, supporting conservative people when they get screwed over. Like when Ben Shapiro had the people going after his advertisers, or one of them, it was some advertiser that pulled out of support. I was like, you guys knew this was his view before you signed him. Don't try to pretend innocent now. Facebook is there for like more groups and family things now. Yeah, Facebook is just a site for teams. The guy who's self-proclaimed to have gotten Alex Jones banned is Jared Holt and his known lackey for Hillary Clinton operative David Brock. Jesus Christ. A site where you said Marlo. I'm going to call Marky that from now on, Marlo. A site where a bunch of clowns make short videos and have their information being viewed by the Chinese. They got Xi Jinping hovering over your shoulder. Marlo. Oh, somebody left. That was him because you called him out of his name. Thanks a lot, Bader. He was like, I can't believe I would be referred to in such a way. Let me take my leave. He just got up and vanished. Put his disappearing cap on. Let me see. Did I miss anything? Okay, Ruben said the real problem is that it's entities outside of YouTube that are causing YouTube and the internet as a whole to suck. Yeah, it's people that don't even bother with this site that are screwing it up. Now Kellyanne and George Conway's spoiled brat daughter has entered current event discourse through. Oh my God! You know, I saw on Twitter today, which again I don't actually tweet. I just view things. They're like, "Happy birthday, Malia!" You know, Obama's older daughter, and I'm like, "What? Really? That's who we're gonna highlight the birthday of? A woman who's again only known for being the kid of the whatever." Let me shut up. I don't want her fans to get mad at me. I don't know who Marky's glaring at. Oh, you didn't know if you're rich or privileged enough, it automatically makes you an expert on social dynamics. Yeah, that gives you all the credibility to speak about things in a thorough and reasonable manner. By the way, Trump is saying that the USA is winning over COVID. Yeah, well, that's incorrect. That's him spreading some fake news for his friends. Celebrities have been talking down everyone since this year's chaos started. I thought you said they've been taking down everyone. They've just been like doing the little karate chop. We're gonna have some show where celebrities just beat up random people. It's gonna be the famous fight or something. The famous fights. Manager called me suspicious because I don't have a Facebook. Oh well, that's not a very bright manager. And no matter which social app you use, majority of the time, sex is there. Yeah, they're all over the place. I mean, I talked about the one guy's video where he had some Facebook account that had 4,000 friends on it, and he took some random broad's pictures and put them on there. Some random chick that he found, I guess, the MySpace account of. And it got so bad that he can't even use the account anymore because he has these guys who call the account, again, thinking that he's a woman, to try and speak to her just randomly. Like he did a video. He was sitting there for 30 minutes. He got called 3 times just out of the blue. And about 10 or 15 different private messages from guys going, people have told me it's weird that I don't have any social media. I've been called creepy for it once. Like I said, I had accounts on a whole bunch of different sites. I don't use them anymore because I'm done. A lot of celebrities who stayed quiet about the 2020 presidential primaries when they were still continuing are suddenly now speaking out about being radicalized because Bernie was robbed. Yeah, they've magically had an awakening. This is their dormant rage. Social media is like an extension of a schoolyard. Yep. Men on social media be like, please, water, so thirsty. Oh, man, I actually had some water bottles in here earlier, but they've been lost because I drank all of them. I was about to put one up. I don't use Instagram. I find it weird just staring at other people's lives for them to get likes on photos and wasting hours doing it. Yeah, well, it's funny. A lot of the people who post that stuff usually spend very little time on there. I noticed. Like, if you have a bunch of followers and, you know, whatever, all you do is just take your little stupid picture, you write some little caption, and then that's it. I thought that was funny. Like the people who are actually having the lives where stuff is going on, they don't actually spend that much time on there. Rose McGowan and this Brandy something supermodel. Wait, what do you mean Brandy? Not Moesha Brandy, not her. You're not talking about that one, are you, Ruben? Oh no. I hope not. Oh, he said in support of stupid protests. Got to keep up with the Jones. Oh, where'd Bader go? He just vanished. He dropped some bombs in here and then he disappeared like Jimmy Hoffa. You see. He got his hit. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you were talking about the other one. About to say it ain't so. He got his hit. Joe says, LOL, they had an event where people stood in fake private jet backgrounds to make it look like they were actually inside it for their Instagrams. Yeah, there's this one guy who said a lot of chicks will actually go and screw some guy that they think has money or whatever, and then while he's asleep, they get up and put their clothes on and take pictures in his house to make it look like they live there. I was like, you really would bang somebody for just so you could take a stupid picture at their house? She's like, I'm just chilling in my mansion. Oh, he's waking up. Oh, what a bunch of clowns, I swear. I remember that more recently people were pretending to be involved in protests for him boarding up windows against rioters. Cloud chasing is a disease. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm just hoping that social media isn't as awful as it's shown itself to be over the last couple of, because I did come close to doing that one video on that VA, but since they didn't act they decided to act reasonable, I aborted it. I knew it was when I heard and read people were paying for followers on these apps. But people do that everywhere. Like the guy who was like, you only have 2,000 subs and you only get tens of views a video. I said, nobody has control over that stuff unless you go out and buy it. On every website, they do that. They go, you can buy views, you can buy subs. Sometimes YouTube will scrub them, get rid of them. But, that's just the thing that people do. They go and buy that stuff. Eminem should never be allowed to talk about current events ever again. After also staying quiet during the primary, the next album should be titled Retirement or Last Leg or something. They go to designer stores and take selfies with the clothes, but don't buy. Oh yeah, that's why a lot of times you see them in the store and you're like, why are they taking pictures in this random store? Oh, because they don't buy the stuff. There are a lot of people that go to the mall and just buy a smoothie, or they just walk around. I did that sometimes, except I didn't, take pictures wearing crap that I wasn't going to buy. It's stupid. But a lot of these places, even if they attract people there, they don't actually attract business. They're just places to go. Let's see, I read everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Are there any final comments, statements, theories, thoughts? Because I'm getting pretty hungry and I gotta go eat this thing, so I don't die of starvation. There were times I went to the mall when there was nothing else to do. I used to do that too. I would walk to the mall, and you go sit down somewhere, write something, walk out, go back home. Oh, by the way, I'm really sick of these little stupid spam emails. This email is from somebody. I'm not going to say their name, but it says, I am looking for a nice guy to hang out with tonight or tomorrow. I'm alone and really horny looking for F word. Also, if you want race, age, not important. If you want to meet, contact me as soon as possible. 420 sex here. Details about me. Then this woman provides a link to some crap, and then it's some random series of numbers. No, they do that. They send you these weird. Like I got a whole email on what site is that? Outlook, where it's just all kind of little random sexual nonsense. I just roll my eyes. This was sent about 4 hours ago. Man, cell phones can be so obnoxious. Not even because they're bad phones, just people get your number and they just start doing random weird stuff with it. Yeah, but I never started seeing bots on phones until maybe like the last 2 or 3 years. I remember this one time I used to have it enabled to where I would get notifications. This was when I was in 8th grade. I had it enabled to where I could get notifications on Facebook sent to my phone, and I would have like 55 unread messages or something. And I remember once my dad was looking at the phone, he was like, "Why do you have 55 notifications?" like I'm just so popular. Got all these people trying to talk to me. Because those notifications are usually like, "Oh, this person put up a picture. This person wrote something on their timeline." Oh, the hell with all those websites. This person said hello to themselves on their page. Almost everyone goes to the mall when they have nothing to do. I like till people watch to see what's up. Maybe I can meet someone cool. No, I don't go there for that because the track record of me with like approaching a chick is just bottom of the barrel. So I usually just go there and sit down and maybe do something on my phone. Because my thing is like it's too much of a hassle talking to them at this point. Uh, you can choose. You just realized that Slum Digger. That's so old. All right, they love doing that. The complicated relationship status, which is their way of saying I'm banging this person, but shh, be very very quiet. These days of the QWERTY keyboards, where it slid out to text message and you had to press it multiple times to select a letter on the phone. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, they're making all this technology just worse and worse. Oh, Ruben didn't answer my question. He probably left. I asked him what he thought of the final four uh, potential VP nominees. Damn it, he didn't answer it. I'm gonna ban him. Let me get my Infinity Gauntlet, and that's the end of him. What relationship isn't complicated? I'd say a lot of my platonic interactions are really decent. Um, it's just with a lot of these chicks, it's like they want to have it, their cake and eat it too, where they want you to satisfy all of what they want, but then they don't want to give you what you want, which is why the friend zone exists. It's like I want to keep this man and his good qualities, but I'm not going to give him what he's actually trying to get. I can't just cut him loose, No, I got to make sure I get what I want while denying him what he would like. All that is nonsense. Yeah, it's nonsense because they don't try to. They're not really trying to do anything rational. A lot of these relationships are just people going, "Ooh, this person looks pretty. Let me stick my private parts in them." Complication is in correlation to money. Well, I already talked about the dingbat with the baby and how the guy she's with couldn't afford a pot to piss in, but let people still tell you that you need to have 6 figures to get with a woman. They love doing that. Where, like with modern relationships, you have to be the, I guess, equivalent of Superman. You gotta have abs and you have to have some excess of funds. I'm just like, why the hell do you need? You don't need any of that. Yes, it doesn't affect real life. One moment it's lovey-dovey, the next it's debating the breakup, then it repeats. Oh yeah, like with the dingbat with the baby. I remember every week she was talking trash about that guy. He didn't do this. He didn't, and then like I can't take them seriously. I read an article that's a lower percentage of women only use men for free meals. LOL, they even put things by their names in their contact list to remember which one can be used. Like this one will go to McDonald's. This one will go to Burger King. This one will go to 7-Eleven. Well, look, I'm gonna get off of here. Thanks for showing up. To everybody except for the person who tried to control me. I might stream tomorrow, might not. I'll definitely stream on Monday. See you later.